This is the 80s Show on iHeartRadio.
Say ho, ho, say ho, 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 ho. Let's start the show. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Say ho, ho, say ho, whoa, ho, whoa. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show. Let's start the show.
Yeah, Mondays have a feel to them. There's just a bunch of things that happen on. I think whatever happens on a Monday, it helps Monday feel like it is. And what is Monday? An end to your 48 hours of freedom. A beginning to another week of soul-destroying drudgery in the workplace in which you piss away the rapidly decreasing hours of your life left on this earth under fluorescent tubes working for the man. That being said, Mondays are kind of like a little, they bum you the hell out. So we're here to have a little fun. My Monday couldn't be going any more Monday-er. It feels like a freaking Monday. I got some new shoes, which is cool, but I never wear socks. Never wear socks because I'm always wearing shorts. And for some reason, wearing socks, I never liked the way it looked when you have socks peeking out from above your shorts, from above your shoes when you're wearing shorts. It just looks not right, not into that whole thing. And I have this policy of only wearing socks when I'm wearing long pants. And I decided to switch it up. Wore jeans today instead of shorts because, okay, so a little insight into my world. I am nothing if not a man of consistency. I like to wear cut off shorts, cargos most of the time, and I buy them all from Walmart, and I cut them off myself, and essentially I wear the same pants day in day out. Now I have like 4 or 5 pairs of these pants, and they get recycled, but they all look the same. And occasionally I notice coworkers looking at my pants being like, does this guy just own one pair of dirty cut-off shorts and that's all he ever wears? That's a little gross. So every once in a while, just to prove that my wardrobe is made up of more than one piece of clothing, I'll do something. It's really an act of consideration of mine to make my coworkers feel more comfortable. So, today I wear the long pants. And because I'm wearing the long pants, I'm wearing socks, especially with one's new shoes, as one has to do. Because you don't know if it's going to cause blisters. And for some reason, you can wear sneakers with shorts and not wear socks, and it seems okay. But it feels incomplete, a little naked, a little like you're, I don't know, homeless or like you're, I'm not sure. Yeah, naked is the best way of describing it. When you wear long pants and you wear sneakers and you don't wear socks with them, it feels like your feet are going commando. And I was raised in a repressed English environment, so, that makes me feel self-conscious. So I'm wearing the socks with the new sneakers, but the socks are falling down and getting caught underneath my heel, which is annoying as hell, and I know I'm going to be dealing with this all day long, which makes it just in perfect keeping with what Monday is all the hell about. So thank you for joining me. We'll ease the pain that is Monday with a couple of laughs at other people's expense and discuss how the world is going to hell in a handbasket.
You tried your best just sucked without enough, so hang it up, just give it up. It's time somebody let you know that you will never be good enough. You will never be one of us. You will never be good enough. You know why?
If you like what you're hearing, tweet the show at ADSXE. AD on iHeartRadio.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. Yeah, I do what I want, when I want, how I want. This is my United States of whatever. Picture me giving a damn as I never. Yeah, I do what I want, when I want, how I want. Every day you're going and working, running that rat race at that pace in that place will leave a bad taste for anyone, everyone working day after day. So buddy, I gotta say, for you, there's gotta be a better
ISIS now threatening to assassinate Twitter employees because they're removing ISIS accounts. We'll talk about this a little later on in the show. Plus, the Fappening Part 2 happened. New photo leaks. Jennifer Lawrence, Kim Kardashian, Rihanna, Vanessa Hudgens, Hope Solo, Gabriel Union, Emily Ratta. Do you know how to pronounce this name, Funkhouser? I don't even know what show she's in. Ratajkoski. I don't know what she's been in as far as television and movies go, but I have now seen her naked. Were you party to the second round of Fappening?
I did not know it happened until just now this second, so I have to Google. to Google.
If you're wondering where you can find these pictures, like the iPhone cloud hack, which is, I guess, from whence all these pictures sprung. They were posted on Reddit and 4chan over the weekend.
Can we blame Bono about that yet?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, really? I think that's just as much an invasion of privacy. Like, free U2 album, twee. It's a sad statement, though. Oh, and by the way, if you want to check out these pictures, they got yanked down off of, I know the clever use of phraseology. Yes, they got yanked down off of Reddit and 4chan. With a quickness, but there's a sketchy European site called the Fappening. I think it's the fappening.eu or something like that, and that's where you're going to find the vast majority of all these pictures, if that hasn't been yanked down yet. Also, we'll talk today a little bit about maybe tax competitiveness. This is something that interests me a lot, mostly because we are taxed out the yang. As far as corporate tax in the world goes, there's a lot of it. 35%. Go to Canada, it's 15%. Why? It's not really a surprise that that companies like Burger King are headed over to Canada to do the tax inversion stuff. And, well, we'll discuss all of this and more. Also, we touched a little bit on that whole thing of Joe Biden referring to predatory lenders as Shylocks last week. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit more. I wanted to get into it because, everyone was like, oh, he said Shylock, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. But I wanted to speak to you about I think the deeper and larger story that's tied up with Joe Biden saying something that was anti-Semitic. I think he said it because he's a doddering idiot, not necessarily because he has anything against Jews. But we'll get into all that. Right now, though, Funkhouser, let's take a look at the events of this week in My Witness News. But first, let's check in with with Funkhouser and see how things went with him this weekend. How did things go this weekend?
Oh, hello. Things were good. It wasn't as hot as it has been up in the Pasadena. But we do have new neighbors in the Funk-de-Sac. It's cul-de-sac where I live. Funk-de-Sac.
Funk-de-Sac sounds dirty, but go on.
They've moved into the laundry machine, so I'm now sharing my washer-dryer with somebody else.
Oh, so you have a shared laundry space?
We were the only ones using the shared laundry space, and now there is a second sharer, which means I am out of clothes.
How do you feel? Has that affected your daily life yet?
Yeah, well, I went to get dressed this morning, and I was out of underwear. So, going with the ones I wore yesterday.
Ah.
So you be happy you're over there and I'm over here.
Yeah, I do. I think I would probably go commando.
Yesterday was kind of a light day, though, so, there wasn't a lot of...
light day?
Extra...
Your flow wasn't pronounced?
Yeah,
did you at least turn them inside out?
Well, no. No, I didn't give it a lot of thought this morning. I just went, gotta do laundry.
I've heard that. I've heard people say, I just turned them inside out. I was like, I don't think that makes it any better. You might as well just, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I regret my decision already.
Yeah, and it's early in the day. Mm-hmm. Is it really, or is it did you really reuse underwear,
really
or did you just go with that second string of underwear that you never wear because it that pair of underwear that you have sitting at the bottom for days when you can't do laundry and you're like, oh,
yeah,
God.
Or the ones that you wear on Halloween. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Halloween boxers today.
Your Halloween, I don't know. My second string of underwear falls into two categories. There's one where it doesn't fit right or doesn't feel right, and it either rides up or rides down. Like the way my sock right now is gathering under my heel every time I take a step. Can't stand that. But there's certain pairs of underwear where they just don't stay up. Maybe the elastic is gone. Maybe they're just cut wrong for a person that's built like me, or who knows. But they ride down.
We just never buy new stuff. As a dude, I think we don't ever buy stuff like that. We don't think about that. I buy it in bulk around Christmas from Grandma.
Really? I don't know. It's either with underwear that is like the third string or fourth string underwear, either it rides down or it bunches up to where you feel like you got a tangled hammock between your legs after 3 or 4 steps into the world in your day, and you're like, oh, that was a mistake. Too bad I don't have time to go back in and change. Or the See, like, are you boxers or boxer briefs, or what form of undergarment do you
Mostly
favor?
boxers, sometimes boxer briefs, depending on the weather.
The weather. See, boxers bunch up too much for me. Like, they really do. I can't get comfortable in them. So I'm a boxer briefs dude all the way. Now, what happens is, and I found the brand of boxers that works well for me. If anybody wants to send me or Funkhouser a Christmas present, like Funkhouser's grandma, I like H&M boxer brief size medium. That's what keeps my boys snug. That's what I enjoy. It stays up, doesn't ride up,
I'm down with
fall down.
Alfani.
Alfani?
Is the one, yeah. Alfani.
So with the boxer briefs ones, though, like, you do get, like, because they're tighter to your skin when you sit, stand, do all that, there's a little bit more friction, a little bit more wear and tear that occurs naturally on a set of boxer briefs and boxers, and little holes develop, like where your butt cheek sits against the seat and rubs against the rough denim of your clothing or what have you. But then also there's it always happens with H&M boxer briefs where a little hole develops in the part of them which a little hole develops in the part of them which cradles your huevos, if you know what I mean. Like the berries part of the twig and berries equation. A little hole develops there. And at first it's nothing. At first it's nothing, but it always happens where that hole gets larger and larger. And over time, you get into this thing where first one of your man berries will poke out of it and hang down, and it's weird because it kind of cuts off the circulation because they're tight to begin with, and that's just no good. And then you're walking around trying to shove it back in, like I would imagine someone with a hernia has to when it pops out. They're like one finger, and you try and get it to go, get the rabbit to go back in the hole. And then it happens where the hole gets gradually bigger, and you put on that pair of underwear on a laundry day, and both of your man berries are rubbing and chafing and having circulation cut off by the time you take 2 steps out of the house, and you're like, well, that was a mistake. So, yep, on laundry day, now everybody knows what's going on inside my pants. Funkhouser, what shortcomings would you say your current underwear has?
Oh, man, it's probably 70% silk.
Oh.
So, that.
Yeah. When it's too silky, there's just weird. I don't think guys should wear silk underwear. I don't know if girls enjoy it, but like silk boxers, just man, they manage to wad themselves up and go deep into the crack of your butt, like in 2 seconds flat. And it's supposed to be this like luxurious experience. It is not. So you're rocking 70% silk today, and I would imagine having to adjust yourself an awful lot.
Not fun. Unfun.
Oh, my goodness. All righty, then. I think that's enough talking about Funkhouser's underwear. And
you sure you don't want to go on longer about?
No, I think that's about it. Jacob, who tweets along with the show sometimes, I guess he's experienced the shared laundry facility recently because he said cleaning out everyone else's lint sucks.
Yeah.
You have to deal with your New York neighbor's lint in the lint trap. That's kind of disgusting.
We'll see.
I know it's lint and it comes from laundry, but at the same time, you're just like, this is their lint, which means it's collected on their underwear, which means I'm essentially kind of touching some other dude's stuff.
Whose clump of hair is this?
Oh, that's no good. That's not okay. Yeah, I think we should move swiftly along. Let us take a look at the events of today, Funkhouser.
Well, ISIS is now threatening to assassinate Twitter employees because they are removing ISIS accounts.
Yeah, that's got to be interesting times at Twitter. I mean, having to go take down terrorist Twitter accounts, you probably feel sort of like you're doing your bit for the war on terror, and then having them be like, we're gonna behead you. That's probably not what you signed up for when you were looking for a tech job in Silicon Valley.
I wonder who has @ISIS.
I wonder. Well, I mean, ISIS was a cartoon character back in like the early '80s. I think it was like this female empower. Like, look it up. You can probably find the theme song for it or something like that. So maybe someone who was it's gone from ISIS to ISIL, and I think there's a third variation on that name now. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Look up at ISIS. I don't want to, like,
It
I
does
don't know
not
how
exist.
the internet works. Oh, it doesn't?
No,
Really?